Welcome to another edition of Vigorously with me, your girl Val Kleinhand's very special episode. I think we're gonna go the women empowerment episode. This episode, I can
Yeah.
already feel it. This is the energy that's in the building today. Solo artist Izzy T is here. I am thrilled to have you, lady. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
First question I have for you: you've only been in the States for like a year or so. How are we feeling about that choice now? It's a
I
lot.
the States is crazy. I get asked this a lot, and you know what? I'm still grateful to be here, despite the amount of fuckery that's happening in the country right now. I'm still grateful to be here. I've got a good circle. I've got um amazing supporters that have really welcomed me to the States, and yeah, I'm extremely grateful. And if anything, it just fuels my music and my message, like if it's needed now more than ever, then I'm gonna be louder.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too because Iran is obviously a hot topic
Hmm.
globally, hot topic especially there and in the States. For
Yeah.
anybody that doesn't know, you have British and Iranian roots, and I don't want to skip that part. Immigration isn't too far back in your family history or in my family history or the community I grew up in either. Some immigrant parents, just getting the background on you a little bit, some of them
Yeah.
raise their kids to assimilate, and some definitely encourage their children to hold on to their roots.
Hmm.
So, what route did yours take?
My mom always really encouraged it. And my dad is so white. He's so white. If you look up like white man in the dictionary, there's a picture of my dad. Like,
Thumbs up too.
love him, love him. Like proper white Yorkshire lad. Um, and my mom is just this beautiful Persian queen. And yeah, it was always encouraged by my mom in the house. It's funny because like I'm from Northern England and also Persian, so half the time we're eating like a carvery, Yorkshire pudding, um, and back when I used to eat meat, like
Mm.
chicken and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then the other like half is kebabs and uh, all
We
these
love a
like
kebab.
really all these really beautiful like Middle Eastern like Persian dishes like sabzi, and yeah, it's just funny because it was like proper Northern and then proper Persian. Um, the most insane fucking cocktail of cultures. So that was fun. I grew up with nice food. Um, I don't eat meat anymore, but yeah, I grew up with like a lot of carveries, and if you ever go to like England,
Mhm.
um, just go have a Sunday dinner somewhere. It's lovely.
One of my bucket list items is to do that and just get a proper fish and chips in a pub with a Guinness. That's
Yeah,
that's that to
there you
me
go.
is that's on the bucket list. I feel like that's pretty stereotypical, but that's on the bucket list.
I mean, you have to, It's like
Mhm.
when I moved to LA, I was like, right, Hollywood sign, gotta see it. It's
Yeah.
gotta be. Why not?
So, when you got here, was there anything that you wanted to eat that was stereotypically American?
I just don't want to get a heart attack, bro. Like
Yeah,
the food here, it's just,
difficult to do. I know.
I'm just trying to stay alive. You know what I mean? The food here, it's very British food is bland compared to American food.
Mm.
But it's considered bland because it typically doesn't give you a heart attack as quick as American food. Like, I, I was really surprised by how much American food has coloring and
Mm. Hmm.
like added, like the amount of added sugar. So, um, yeah, like I guess when I came here, I really wanted to try this thing, something cake. Um,
Like a
it looks like
cheesecake?
No, it looks like a waffle. Um, oh, the name is gone.
Somebody's gonna know what it is. Somebody in the comments is gonna know what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Can't remember what it's called, but I really wanted to try it, and it was so sweet but so delicious. Oh my gosh.
I know that's
Uh,
the tough part. It's the portions for
yeah,
me. The portions get to be too much. Like that. That's to me where I draw. Like I might like the food, but I definitely got to be like, all right, let's maybe eat half of this and not the entire thing,
yeah.
especially at
I mean,
restaurants.
oh yeah, yeah. I love pancakes. I love a good old fashioned American diner
Mm-hmm.
and in pancakes because it makes me feel like I'm in like Pulp Fiction or something. Just being
Yes.
in an old fashioned American diner and getting pancakes and coffee and yeah,
Yeah.
like I enjoyed do I did that quite a bit in whenever I visited the Midwest. So I like diners.
Yeah, a lot of diners in the Midwest for sure. I'm in the Midwest. We're in Minnesota, so we've seen a lot of the chaos lately. we've
Yeah,
and I know how you're feeling. I know that it's a lot to take in at once, but because I have the opportunity to ask, I always want to because I want multiple perspectives on this podcast.
of course.
Your family, your loved ones. How is everybody feeling, given everything going on with Iran and this country?
So my Iranian side of my family, yeah, I've right now I'm feeling a bit calmer.
Mm,
I think Iranians are just so used to trauma that we're like very little phases us, and yeah, um, because ever since the revolution in like 1979 and the country has been extremely oppressed. Women, you can't
mhm.
even walk your dog outside. It's illegal to walk your dog outside. Think about how insane that would be in America, like Los Angeles. Imagine if nobody walked their dogs.
Like
Uh,
alone as a woman, or what do you mean? Like you can't do that alone as a woman? Walk your dog
not,
or
not even as a man, like it's illegal to
oh.
walk your dog. For some reason, like the IRGC who run Iran,
Mhm.
um, they're just I think they think of dogs as like dirty creatures when dogs
Okay.
are blessed. We do not deserve dogs.
They're
But yeah,
love.
just simple things like that you're not allowed to do. Men and women can't be at the beach together.
Hmm.
Women can't perform by themselves in public. Um, and even they're even trying to enforce wearing a hijab inside inside your own house, and the whole thing is just in the name of like religion and protection. It's
Hmm.
bullshit. It's just oppression.
Hmm.
And women are always at the center of oppression with, I feel like not all religions but a lot of religions, um with abortion rights and stuff, like
Hmm.
women. It says in the like book that you can't, it's a sin, that everything just fucks over women. um in like a lot of religions I've noticed, and it just seems like these are all rules made by men, to try and keep people under control, especially women.
Hmm.
And really, if you think about it, if there's any fucking God, women are the closest thing to it because we give life.
Right. Well, it's just I've always had questions when it comes to most religions, if not all of them. I'm not particularly religious, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But
Yeah,
I hear what you're feeling. Like I understand that you're saying you're used to this. You're used to this oppression. You're used to what it's rooted in. You understand what it's rooted in these
Mhm.
misogynistic ideals, which, yeah, argument can be made that that's what's going on. It's interesting because I think the American perspective is, well, for some of us anyway, we feel like what's
Mhm.
happening right now is a reversion because it wasn't always this way. There were moments where we had a little bit of women anyway had more of a choice, and
Mhm.
some of us are looking at what's happening now and going, damn, we're reverting.
Yeah.
And some are fine with that. Some are definitely not fine with that. Your song, big part of why we're talking today, Say Hello to My Violence, that addresses all of this. So
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
is that really is what's happening now why this was written? Or had this come before?
This was mostly inspired by events in Iran, and this is how long it's been going on. I wrote this song like 2 years ago with John Cass from the band As Everything Unfolds. Um, Great friend, great producer, and the fact that it's not only still relevant to Iranian people and especially women, because when women fight back, it's we're being emotional or violent,
Mm-hmm.
when we're just reacting to a violent regime. But it's now also relevant to women in America because you guys are having your rights taken away and we're going back to the 50s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to take in right now. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that not all of us have the outlet that you have. Like, not all of us are musicians, not all of us have the outlet that you do. So I'm so grateful that somebody is saying something, and it's nice to see what you're doing now. Are there plans for this sentiment to continue? Is this the kind of vibe you want to continue with? Speaking out.
Yeah. I think I'm I'm always gonna use my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Northern. I was given a big mouth. I might as well fucking use it. And yeah, like it's always gonna be a part of me and my music. I feel like it's a big part of my purpose. And I wasn't always like this. I was.
So what
I used.
changed?
I don't know. Just something clicked. I used to be a very quiet girl. I was bullied a lot in school.
Mm,
And then just suddenly I had a beautiful moment of, I don't give a fuck anymore. This is my life. And I'm not going to spend it worrying about what other people think when their opinion doesn't even matter, you know? Um, and it sounds like a very simple thing, but you'd be surprised how many people
mhm,
conduct their life around what other people are going to think, like their family or their friends or people at work. Because at the end of the day, like we all, we all bleed the same, we all shit, we all die.
that's
not
true.
booking for not booking for school talks, nah. But like we all bleed, we all shit, we all die. We are all the same. Um, we all have a lot of the same issues and problems, and the fact that we think that other people don't, is crazy. And
Right.
we just, yeah, we just need to stop caring about what other people think so much and judgments, and just really kind of um just almost block everything out.
Yeah.
Even meditate if you have to, just to kind of bring yourself back to your center and be present. And yeah, in a nutshell, I just had this beautiful moment of, why am I giving such a fuck? And I just started going full speed with things that I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it, which was, through my music. I felt like that was the biggest thing that was helping not only myself but other people. And you know, I did a few rallies for the liberation of Iranians, like a few
Mm,
protests in London where I spoke, and then I also sang, and I saw the effect that this had on people, and I really felt like I was living my purpose, which was such a beautiful feeling.
mhm,
And that's that's the route that I want to continue down. And not that every song is going to be super serious and super political. You know, like I have like a couple of songs about sex. I have um songs about, you know, um other stuff, because life is big and beautiful and complex.
yeah.
And I feel like the for the times that we're in now, it felt like the right time to drop Say Hello to My Violence, because
Mhm.
it's very relevant. But hey, I'm going to be releasing way more music this year. So I'm looking forward to just really showing people multiple sides to my artistry, and just getting my music out there. I'm actually playing a show in New York. I'm playing Loud Women Fest on the 16th of May. Um, so I'm in Brooklyn. So I'm super excited.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be, because I love Sex in the City. So I'm
Yes, your
pretending
New
to
York
be like,
moment.
yeah, like, yeah, that. Do, 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 do. Like,
In your head nonstop. There we go. Just get a couple Cosmos, grab three
yeah,
friends. Oh yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
New York is great, but it is it's a totally different vibe than LA. It's so funny that I think sometimes even Americans themselves, sometimes we forget how big this country really is and how diverse this country really is.
mhm,
And
yeah,
you could grow up in one part of the country and never interact with a particular group. And then all of a sudden something calls you to that area and you're treating it like, what is this? This is unknown. This is safari. We are exploring right now. I don't know what to do with this. Like,
yeah,
people forget that, and it's part of the human experience. I understand, I understand that that's important to you, and I hear what you mean. That's why you have a variety of subjects touched on throughout your music, throughout everything that you've done so far. It wouldn't be human if you didn't. It makes
yeah,
complete and total sense. I think the nostalgia factor is also what brought us together too. Just getting into your background, like musical background, because I caught the vocal coaching videos when you're analyzing like the way Pink Belts, Christina Aguilera's runs. I mean, one can only dream of being able to do those things. So, like, but you're actually able to teach us how. So tell me about the decision to dive into music, take it seriously, and then be a coach for other people.
um, I guess it's that. I guess it goes back to that thing of wanting to inspire other people, because yeah, like during my time being an artist, I've had multiple people come up to me, whether it's at, after gigs or online, saying, "Hey, I'd really love to learn how to do some of the stuff that you do with your voice. Can you teach me?" And I've been like, "Yeah, of course." But then it continued to happen, so I was like, I should probably make a career out of this as well. Um,
Yeah.
because it just made sense. Like I've never really kind of got along with being in a system and having a normal job. I'm way too ADHD for that. I'm way too um anti, like, um I'm so tired, so all of the words are disappearing right now. Um but like
I get it.
way
It's the
anti,
environment
like,
is different. It's about creating a conducive environment for yourself, and the arts is one.
yeah, like just way too kind of anti-authority and establishment. And
Mhm.
because I used to work in schools for a bit, when I was back in London, like part-time working with SEN kids, and I was gigging at night and then coming in at 9 in the morning to like hang out and teach SEN kids, and I was fucked. I was just so exhausted. Um, I remember one time, like I was helping this kid, and then I heard him say, "Miss, why are your eyes closed?" And I was like,
Because
"What?"
I'm tired. We are tired out here. So what's SEN? Just for American,
Oh,
what's SEN?
special educational needs.
Special needs. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, my eyes are closed. I didn't know that my eyes were closed, bro. Like I was there, but my eyes were closed and I didn't realize that they were. And that is how tired I was. So I thought, okay, yeah, I can't, this isn't sustainable. So I just went music full time. And it was honestly the best thing that I could have done. Like I'm in charge of, um, when I can perform, when I teach, and it just fits my personality and my lifestyle so much more. And I would recommend anybody, no matter like what you do, if you're an artist, or if you're really struggling with like certain kind of routine, uh try other things, because maybe you're not meant to be fixed into that routine. I'm a night owl, so yeah. The early mornings and late nights thing, it just really wasn't working for me. And you need to listen to your body
Right.
and your mental health.
Right. So we're coming from a background of we're seeing a lot of oppression, we're seeing a lot of conformity, and yet one day we have this revelation that I'm going to start making decisions for myself and I'm going to make that the priority. How what what was it that changed that allowed you to even get into that headspace? Because it takes people, for people pleasers,
Yeah.
anybody of the same ilk, like it takes us a minute to even get there to say, oh no, it's okay to make my own choice in this instance. And then you start to
Mhm.
do that more and more and more, and then you
Yeah.
continually build that confidence to continue doing it.
What it was for me, and I feel like this is like a very common kind of thing with a lot of people. We Sometimes you can't mend until you break.
Mm.
Me, it was when I was really broken the fuck down. I got depression. My long-term relationship was dying. There was things happening within my family circle that was very stressful. I wasn't feeling fulfilled with what I was doing for, like, in my artist career, and my like my day job. Everything just was not working for me. And I also lost three family members within a short space of time. It was
Mm.
really fucking weird, but everything kind of happened at once. And I'm typically the kind of person that, I have an autistic family member, so I have a lot of patience and a lot of resilience. But then, like, you can only fill up the cup so much.
Mm.
And yeah, the kettle was just kind of boiling and steaming up and then just exploded. And yeah, I went into quite a deep depression, and I was just still trying to hold everything together, trying to be the super glue in my family, trying to be the alpha figure in my relationship, like trying to initiate conversation. And
Mm.
always I've always been kind of the super glue, or um resolution finder, the fixer. I've always been the fixer, but I couldn't fix this. And it was a lot to process. And I just felt so out of control. I felt like I was just like so many feet deep down underwater, and everyone else and everyday life was just above me. And yeah, depression is such a trip. It's such a weird feeling. And
It's a pit. It's a pit you don't feel like you'll ever get out of, and it takes a minute.
yeah, yeah, it was only when um I had I just had this moment, and just like, it's dark, but I'm gonna be so fucking real with you,
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of people only kind of mention the highlights and the victory moments, but they don't really tell people what depression is actually like.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was the moment where, like, I was stood at the side of a freeway,
Mm.
something really fucking stupid, and I called my friend Leo, because half of you is, I just want to get rid of all of this pain and this would be so easy. But then the other half of me was just thinking of my autistic family member, and
Mm.
how much they needed me, what this would do to my parents. So I called my mate, and thank God I did. He spoke some sense into me. I moved away from the road, and I thought, like, I can't do life like this anymore. So I started getting therapy. I started meditating, started exercising. I started boxing, and I loved boxing.
How is that
Uh,
going? That looks so fun. I see it on social media.
so I'm, yeah, I'm looking for like a new boxing gym at the moment, because I've moved, like, more in Hollywood.
Uh huh.
Um, so I'm looking for a new boxing gym to get started at. And yeah, I'm looking forward to just getting more consistent with it, because I was really consistent with it. Like, bro, I had abs and these muscles. I did, like, when I first moved to LA. um I needed to make kind of like fast money, and I just saw this thing on Craigslist where it was like, earn $300 for 3 minutes in the ring, and I thought I could
Okay.
slap a bit for,
And it'll
for
be therapeutic at the same time.
right. And there's something about uh this is where I sound fucking nuts, right? But there's something about the danger of, you know being in a fight and
Mm-hmm.
possibly being hit in the face, or like hit in the head, that makes my head feel better. Like, because it mentally, like, it just, I feel amazing after it. Like, after a boxing session, it makes, because it makes me, it brings you so present. It makes you so present and in the moment. And that is so beautiful. And a lot of my music is inspired by combat. What, like, one of my songs was synced in this film called Lights Out, and it comes in this fight scene, and it's like, how got cold without me, and it's so cool because they're like throwing hands and stuff. And I think that was a big career highlight for me, was having my song in a Hollywood film. And hopefully there's going to be many more syncs like that.
Keep yeah, keep the energy. That's what we want to see. Like the Kill Bill soundtrack. Are you joking? Of course, I want to see more like that. I want to see more badass women in movies. I mean,
Mm.
but does violence look different when a woman commits it? I think people would say yes.
Ooh, that's a really good question.
I think people would say yes. I think the violence looks differently. I think it is more Mean Girls. I think it is like if you're watching Real Housewives, like it's that subtle. It's like the subtle passive aggressive or manipulation, the emotional abuse, sometimes flat out verbal abuse. I think that's kind of what it most of the time violence
Mm.
looks like when a woman commits it.
Hmm. That, yeah, that's a good one. Um, a point that I like to make sometimes is when men are authoritative, or fight back, it's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's demanding. It's inspiring. Like they're a leader. If a woman does it, she's a bitch. She's
Right.
emotional. She's unreasonable, and she's a diva. That happens a lot. And the perfect example of that is Taylor Swift. And whatever the fuck you think about her music, she has done so much for the music scene, so much for artists, so much for, you know, women's rights, speaking up for that. She, like, whatever you think of her and her music or her voice, her voice speaking up for artists and for women is you can't, and the amount of money that she gives to charity and that people
Mm-hmm.
who work for her, that is power.
Mm-hmm. You respect Taylor. I hear that. I didn't realize everything that she went through until she laid it out for us in Look What You Made Me Do. When Look What You Made Me Do, like the video literally shows all of those moments in her career, all of those little Easter eggs that are callbacks to things we heard in the news, stories that we heard
Mm,
about, tabloids, whatever, whatever. Like,
yeah,
and you sit back and you watch that and you go, oh damn, she really has been through a lot. Like I didn't realize. I didn't
yeah.
realize how much she truly really had been through. I mean, yes, we know that she's talked about. Yes, we know that she's successful, but how often are we talking about the times that she's called out and why and was it justified? Well, we didn't
Mhm.
start asking those questions until Look What You Made Me Do, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. I'm happy to give Taylor her flowers. Seriously, I feel like she doesn't get enough recognition, and um I feel like male artists that do half of what she's done get so much more recognition and so much more praise than her.
Mm,
And I mean, look at the situation with Chapel Roan. Yeah, she's probably been a little bit of a bitch to some fans, and it's not right. You know, it's to me, it looks like she's a black cat in a golden
like go.
retriever industry,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Because we're all meant to be so approachable and hey, and
yeah.
yeah, and even on days where you don't feel like that, you're still meant to be like that. And I get it because the fans put you there. But Kanye West literally had a Nazi sign on his merch and his music, and
Yeah.
thousands of people still going to his gigs. Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna. He's still selling out arena tours. It's like when
Wow.
famous male artists or figures do something, people get amnesia. It's easily forgotten about, but there's a witch hunt if, God forbid, a woman does the same thing or something even less than that, you know?
Yeah, the argument can definitely be made that not only does violence look different if you're going to talk about gender, it does look different, or at least it's
Mhm.
perceived differently by
Yeah.
society for sure. But I think some people almost, maybe subconsciously or maybe totally consciously, they almost are more afraid of a woman who's upset, of a woman who's pissed, than a man who's pissed. We almost we're men are fine to act out, throw hands, whatever, whatever. That's just another day. But when a
Hmm.
woman does it, we sit back and go, I don't know what to do with this. It's either I don't know what to do with this or I don't want to deal with this. Is
Yeah. You
kind of the way that I sometimes see it, or at least my own observations. Do you think that people fear angry women more than angry men?
Yes. Yeah. Because we're powerful. We, as I said, women are literally the closest thing to God. We are life givers.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be intimidated. bitch.
Let them know. And if you throw something their way, they will rise above. Let's go back to say hello to my violence. I grow taller than the walls you built around. Bar. Absolute bar. Anybody who has experienced any type of misogyny knows exactly what you said there. So, what has overcoming some of those barriers, personally, professionally, however you want to describe it, what does that look like for you?
um just thinking of all the times.
Too many, too many.
It's hard to pick one. Fucking hell. um I think just dealing with interrupting,
Mm-hmm.
um if I'm in like a meeting, just calling people out on their bullshit more comfortably and openly, of course in a respectable way. But I really do not give a fuck about being called a diva anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Call me that. I don't care. Like, if you're saying something that, if you're going to interrupt me, I'm going to say, excuse me, I'm not finished talking. And I feel like we should normalize that, because if we were to do it the other way around, they would just talk over us and be louder. So
Yeah.
yeah, so correcting people when they interrupt you, and yeah, having those moments of realization. Like, I used to have this guitar tutor when I was younger, like a lot younger, um, where I used to shake before his lessons. And
That's not a good sign.
you know, it's like this kind of like old, like bitter kind of white dude teacher
Of
that was
course.
like, play like a girl, ha 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 ha, and just make these really lame jokes. Um, and instead of just kind of mirroring his reaction, um, and like laughing with him, just
Give
not
him
giving.
nothing. Give him nothing.
Yeah, like if someone says a misogynistic joke or anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, don't laugh with them to ease the moment or make it feel more comfortable. If anything, lean more into the discomfort, because it'll let them know that they can't say shit like that.
Yeah,
If we constantly allow it, you've got to you've got to teach people how to treat you.
that's it.
And I think I get a lot of my verbal spice from my mom, because yeah, she's the Persian one. And again, like going back to like the 47 years of oppression in Iran, women have really had to like learn to be fierce and speak up for themselves. And we, you know because we don't want to deal with this shit anymore. And I feel like a lot of my resilience and the power in my voice, not only musically, but with what I sing and speak about, has come from my mum and her pain of being an immigrant, and
Mm.
her fight, with racism and everything. One time we were in the car,
Hmm.
and she was and sometimes she forgets her age, like she's this high, and and she's a mom, but she acts like a 20, she moves like a 21-year-old. And this guy on a bike, something happened, and but it was him in the wrong.
Okay.
They were kind of like looking at each other, my mom and this guy on the bike, and he says, "I'll go back to your country," because he sees her dark hair and dark eyes and stuff.
Oh
And
boy.
right, and she gets in the car, and I'm like, "Mom," in in traffic, like the cars are stopped, but this woman, she gets out the car and she's ready to beat his ass, but then
Mm.
yeah, he rides away very quickly on his bike because he knows that shit's about to go down. And at the time, I was kind of concerned and scared, but now when I look back at that, I think, fuck yeah, mom.
Well, you see it as necessary. You see it as necessary at that in that
Yeah,
moment. I'm hypothetically, I don't know, just theorizing. She probably is doing the most because she's got you right there, and she's trying to protect the both of you. And
yeah.
she's gonna let this man know, don't cross me. I'm not having this today. Like very quickly and in a very direct manner.
Oh
Like
yeah.
get it done. Well, I mean, and that's kind of, and shout out to her because that's incredible. I'm sure that, I don't know this, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would imagine that was hard for her to even to do given everything that she probably had experienced. I would imagine maybe possibly it might be a little bit easier to speak out now than it might have been for her.
Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, that was years ago, but I've just always remembered it because I was a kid and it scared me.
Scared you first, but now we're like, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thank you for
Yeah,
getting it done. Yeah.
exactly. Like it scared me at first, but now I look back and I think, what a fucking badass. And maybe subconsciously that's where "Say Hello to My Violence" has come from, is
Mm.
that resilience and that, okay, bro, let's go kind of mentality to fight back when someone really tests you. Because if you know, if you let people continuously talk down to you and walk all over you, then your whole life is going to be like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. You got to let them know. There's a reason we say you got to check somebody. I completely get it.
Yeah.
So how do we coexist? What do we do to do better?
We educate.
Mm.
So start young, start in schools. I mean, start from home. That's the first school. If you have a son, teach him how to be alpha in a healthy way. Being alpha is, it should be protective, you know, not oppressive.
Mhm.
That to me, real alpha is protection. Um, teach him how to be protective, teach him how to be respectful, teach him resilience, resourcefulness, because that's true power, is speaking up for other people and protecting those who need it the most. And teach your teach your daughters how to not fall in line, how to stand up for themselves. Teach them boxing or Muay Thai. Like teach them anything that is a useful tool for defending themselves if they, you know, God forbid, ever need it, because this is the kind of world that we live in.
Yeah.
And some people don't like hearing that, but here we are. It's reality. Women need to know how to fight back,
Yeah.
but because we're naturally, it's just, we're inherently very um nurturing humans, which is so beautiful. But at the same time, the world we live in now, we need to know how to not only nurture but take care of ourselves.
That's it. That's it. Just keep your wits about you, situational awareness, all the above. I love that this is a power that you are not afraid to step into. Say hello to my violence. I mean, it's out now. We love it. We're here for it. I know that you alluded to some more music on the way, but the question that I want to ask is, are we getting a video for such a bad ass song? Are we going to see you kick some ass?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yes!
yeah. And
Okay.
I can't wait for this. It's currently being edited. There's there's fight scenes.
Okay.
Uh,
Put that boxing to use. Get it done.
Yeah. I'm again. I'm so rusty on my boxing. It's unreal. But I pulled out a few of the moves for like a few fight scenes, and they were so fun to do. Oh my god. The video will most likely be out by the time this comes out. So yeah, there's like a couple of villains, and one of them was ex-military, right? And
Mm.
we do this fight sequence, very simple one, but in the military, they learn how to fall safely. And I had this kind of I'm not gonna say strap on, but it was like
A
a strap.
harness?
Yeah, like it was a harness, and it was like a strapped on camera,
Mm.
uh, like a tripod that comes out. I can't remember what the fuck you call it,
Mm.
but had a tripod that comes out here. The camera's here, and as I'm falling, you get the most awesome POV shot, and yeah, just watching the footage back made me so excited and filled me with adrenaline. So I really hope that it has the same effect on other people who watch the music video. And I kind of wanted it to be almost like a short film to really show what some women have to endure. And yeah, I'm not sure when this is coming out, but all I'll say is get the fuck ready and expect violence in the best way, but also expect a very unapologetic example of what women in the Middle East have to endure.
Mm. And the message is everybody is allowed to stand on business, especially when it comes to self-defense. Let's
Yeah.
let's go. We're so ready for that. Izzy, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for what's to come. Is all of this leading up to a full-length album at some point?
I would I would love to release an album, but an EP has got to come first.
Mm,
So
okay.
yeah, I'm gonna release a few more singles, and then it's gonna be an EP, and then who knows?
The limit does not exist. We're ready. You've already broken down that barrier. Barriers are not here anymore. Let's go. I love that energy. Izzy, I can't wait to see what's next. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. You're awesome.